Hello. Happy Sunday to everyone watching us. It's a lovely Sunday evening and you get to spend it with we are the Micanas. So today we are here with lesson number 2 from year 2. Please go and watch lesson number 1 from year 1. It will help you to fill in the gaps even as you watch us right now. And subscribe, like and share and comment.
Share the link.
We want to hear from you, so please do that for us, and God will richly bless you all. So without further ado, we were just thinking and recounting about year 2 before shooting, and boy,
the Lord has blessed us.
God has indeed blessed us, and I think the best way at times God uses to bless you is through trials.
Challenges,
because
you through
year 2 was like all round challenge. We don't want to bore you too much with the details of some of the things that we went through, but
we will share some principles.
We will share some principles of some of the things that we encountered. For me particularly, that first year, I would say, love, that I learned how to be a team player and how to play in a team. So be a team player and play in a team. You know, most of the times when people get married, they expect automatically, there is this expectation that, you know, the other party will be on their team. But it's not as natural as that, because
it needs to be developed.
Thank you. It needs to be developed, and most of the times it will take challenges to develop that embedded thing in marriage as God has designed it. And for us particularly, it's not that we fought each other or we were competitive against each other, but we went through very training moments, like from very areas like financially, career and even, you know, on a human level. And the sum of it for me, really, I understood that. I think it was last week that I was talking about the importance of companionship, because you get to know that the other person is the key person in your life. But I would say that the team player thing goes a bit further than that. It's not just you staying together and being companions to each other, but it's you working through challenges together. That's what I think team is about. Most of the times team come together to win something, and the winning has to do with an adversary that is also contending to gain victory over you. So if you're watching, like in football, we are in the period of Euros, and it's interesting that I'm using this example right now, but you see in that most of the times some people have to let go themselves to pass the ball to another person so that they will score the goal, because they are not in a favorable position. And it doesn't mean that the fact that they are passing the ball, they are less capable, but it's just for the betterment or for the good of the team that thing has to happen. And we had to learn it in this way. In that season of our life, we were squeezed, and so in order to go through it, I remember particularly that there was a time that I had to sit back from work for months, and Michael was the one forefront, you know, doing everything. And it can be challenging, but if you understand that you are a team and you are working for each other for a common goal or a common purpose, that doesn't bother you or limit you.
And on that note, sometimes probably in our case, things were much favorable, because then you have the man providing, so it falls into what is the normal ideology of, you know, man provides and woman whatever. But then if it's vice versa, it can be a bit challenging, because some men have this embedded nature that I need to provide for the family, which is right. But then as she was rightly saying, some circumstances, situation will bring the team, the new couple, into a place where that value will be challenged. And the challenge over there, it shouldn't be taken as personal. Because when it's been taken as personal, that's where conflict begins to arise. And then you begin to see things that the other person actually don't mean, or certain words that the person can say. If she's a female providing the men, you are challenging the working place. If she says something related to money, it will make you something. If you are not careful, if you don't have a strong personality, you really understand that you are a team, you will begin to doubt and feel like you have to superimpose yourself and declare your territory as a man. So it's very important that at that place as a man, you really get into the team thing, that okay, if it's my wife providing, if she's providing not because she's superior, she's providing because by God's grace she's the one that God is gracing in this period for that purpose. And as well, it can happen that in the marriage as a team, you have to understand that sometimes your wife may gain more than you. So at that stage, you won't say, because she gains more than me, I have to find a better. No, you have to understand that it is not a personal thing. When you get in marriage, getting married, you have to understand that it moves from personal to corporate, to unit. So my wife can get more than I'm not bothered. It doesn't downplay my personality. As a matter of fact, I always say I constantly pray that she'll get more than me, because so that she can buy me a lot of stuff, and so that I'm blessed. But then if it happens vice versa, and as she was saying, it happened in our marriage, I was giving, that's fine. I see, as far as I can see her being happy.
Let's just open a parenthesis. I think this is a good place to say this, that in marriage, ideally, there shouldn't be my money, your money.
Absolutely.
So that even help us further, because we personally, as a couple, we don't have that mentality that this is my money. I keep my money. I think if Bible say that you become one flesh, what is money that it cannot become one? If you human beings can become one flesh, what is money that it cannot become one? Absolutely. It's understanding. I know that it's a bit trickish, because we have encountered personally also different stories of people abusing this concept and abusing people. But in an ideal setting, as God will want it, He wants man and woman to bring together their resources. Absolutely. So even in that period, there was nothing like my money and I'm giving you. It's our money. How are we managing it for the overall well-being of the house? And this is where I wanted to also chip this in, Love, and then I'll ask you what you learned in the second year. Is that most of the times we look at these videos and it sounds funny when people say for richer, almost like they're confessing, positive confession. Yes, confess, but
is fine.
Life is full of challenges, and that's what personally I think make life beautiful. Without challenge, there is no room of improvement. You see it even with a child. It's when they are faced with stress and challenge that the inbuilt ability in them really comes out. So even in marriage, you may not have financial challenges, you may not have human challenges, but you may have other areas of challenge. You may have people accusing you, people coming against you. What do you do? What you do will determine how far your marriage will go.
You will travel.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we don't want to touch some areas of even challenges. You mentioned a few of them, or even childbearing challenges, which in some cultures, from where we're coming from, is something delicate. But from some new couple marriage, you will hear this kind of joke: "Hey, when is the baby coming?" So that's the challenge, because then if you don't take care, sometimes your reaction can bring a kind of it will affect a future relationship with those people, which sometimes, I'm not here to defend them, which sometimes they might not necessarily mean it for evil, but it's just a way which is predominantly African culture, right? Or Asian culture, because we know,
yeah.
some of them. Okay, so my part, second year, what did I learn? Always in the area of challenge, I think I learned this principle, which is being prepared in season and out of season, which means that things will not always, when you have abundance, it doesn't always stay. So you have to find a place where you have a system which when things are not flowing as you want, you still can get to the minimum level of living
and be good.
You might not be extravagant in your choices, you might not be, I think I mentioned this in one of the preaching time ago. It's like sometimes you get in the season where the money that you should spend for pizza, you should keep aside for light bills, because that season requires that you keep that money there. But then it will comes a season where that money that you have saved, it will be extremely beneficial to the couple, to the team. So if you start your first year where you are, living every month, you're going out twice, okay, good, you're in that still time of honeymoon, you do. But then keep in mind, this is an advice for those who have not get to your second year or third year. Just keep this in mind, that as you go through marriage, there is always this concept of a challenge will come up. When it comes out, how are you prepared for? What have you done? What have you put in place? Okay, it's not you declaring evil. People, when we say this thing, people will think, no, that's why.
But even Jesus said it. He said, in this world you have many
sorrows and
many trials.
Yeah. So if Jesus have said, who are you? So just get prepared. Put your mind in a place where, personally, I came out from the second year saying, okay, I need to be prepared in season and out of season. Okay, yeah. So that's my
great.
My
Would you like to then maybe share one takeout lesson? From year 2.
Okay. My takeout lesson from year 2 was the principle that I came out with is enduring through situation and not giving up. Endurance is key, because you will have many reasons. Listening very carefully, you will have many reasons to stop that marriage. You will have. It's not that the moment that you get married, you don't have any reason. Now we are together. No, you will. Actually, as you get into it, you as I mentioned, the impact of marriage, it will give you different shade of reason why you should not continue this journey. But then you always have to have this strong understand, why am I here? What am I doing here? If you can answer these questions, don't even start the journey. Because then things will really get into your mind. So if you're single and you probably have passed the age of marriage and you feel like you need to marry, pause a minute, begin to ask yourself, why am I getting into marriage? Why do I want to get married?
What's the purpose?
Was it for? Have I discovered it or not? Because a time will come that these reasons that you can find will actually keep you on track. So when situation becomes difficult, you have a reason card to flag in your mind and use it as something to endure. When situation becomes tough, you will have a second one, because if you don't have it, then you give many chances to give up. So that's what I took out from as a principle from the second year.
For me, that's a great lesson over there. Actually, I wanted to pause before going on to my lesson. That's actually a great lesson over there. And endurance is not pleasing, The word itself tells you that it's not a easy thing to do.
Absolutely,
but it is necessary in order to build certain things. In fact, most of the times, you are asked to endure exercise so that you can build certain muscles or achieve certain goals. So it's not pleasing, but the outcome is pleasing.
Absolutely.
So it's because of the outcome that we endure. And I think that's what even the Bible says, that because of the price set before Christ, that he endured the cross. So endurance is not pleasing, but the outcome is. And to connect to this, I would say that that's what I also somehow retrieve from the second year, because I think we said it last week, and I feel the need to reinforce it this week as well, that please don't get into marriage without being objective about your relationship. It's not all about feelings, because feelings will not take you far. But and it's not also all about is the God's will, so that's all that I need. In God's will there is wisdom, and his wisdom comes with plan, systems that will enable you to survive. And I think the challenges in the second year came to prove that we lack a bit of those systems, like the practicality of God's will. Like there is the spirituality of God's way where but there is the higher dimension where it's not you just knowing, but you understanding how to actualize what you know. And how to actualize what you know is wisdom. And for me, that's what we got out of that year. We, like, the Lord just enlightened us on a financial system that is still sustaining us right now. And we are grateful to him for that. He enlightened us on how to plan ourselves concerning some of the human challenges that we had, that we mentioned. So we knew, like, we understood our times and seasons. Yes, we understood that people may expect or criticize or come at you because you have not achieved certain things, but you know your season, so you know that you have not yet fell into that, and you are not rushed to fall into that, because I think some of the challenges that we had was as a result of this. Because you get into marriage and then you want to attain certain things because people are expecting you to obtain it, but it's not your season, and so you get frustrated, and then it brings a ripple effect, affecting your finances, affecting your career, affecting your mental health, So wisdom will enable you to sustain a system, and it will also enable you to protect yourself from the attacks that people may throw at you. And they will come. Like, we want to be really plain. Like, even us, by the grace of God, God has blessed us with a lovely son in year 3, but the comments before that, and it can affect you. Can affect you, but if you know your times and season, you are not rushed by it.
And just upon that, and sometimes if you don't take care, because we decided the timing of when to have a kid and not.
We received
in sense of we actually knew. We said, okay, we will take, to be honest, we start saying we will take a year to know ourselves, and then it was after we deciding, we said, okay, let your will be done. That's our motto. We decide because the Bible actually tells us to plan. So you plan and then you say, God, let your will be done. But then people don't know that. So what they expect is the norm. Oh, you got married, next kid. Because some people see your life as a list, no? They got married. Okay, what's the next? Definitely kid. Okay, if they got kid, what's next? That's not how. You see, that's not how
it works.
Life works. Because God's intentions is not just for you to tickle some boxes. His intention is to form you to become somebody that when others see, they can say Christ. So even in your marriage, he's forming. There is a formation going on, so that when people come, when people behold, they can behold you as they are beholding Christ in your marriage. So that will bring those challenges. And we saw, when you read scripture, you see that even Christ, for us to behold him now, he went through challenges. So the same thing happens to everyone who actually is in the will of God. The good thing is, as a matter of fact, if you are in the will of God, you are not, both of you will go through challenges. The difference is that the one who is in the will of God actually is supported by God. So that challenge actually has a rippling effect of lesson and building. But the person who doesn't actually find himself into a position where it becomes where you have to solve your way out, except you come to a place of mercy where God actually comes in and delivers you and bring you to a position of alignment once again.
Great. This is just a nugget. So imagine passing through the actual year with us.
Yeah.
God has been good though.
100%.
Like
No.
we are grateful to him because definitely we can
complain.
say that we came out of year 2 stronger.
100%.
Oh, so strong and
100%.
so is it ferocious? Is ferocious even a word? We came in really ready for war. But year 3,
Wait for it.
year 3.
But the interesting thing is that people are around us and they don't see.
No.
They don't see
No.
this. So
And
they
I think other marriage couples will testify.
Because the things that happen, it's not that you come out the house
And you
and
can
your
go and
face,
tell everybody,
your
no.
face is like, we can see what's going on in your when you're married now.
So if you want to know what we learn in year 3, you know what to do. Subscribe.
Yeah, like.
Put on the notification button so that as soon as our video drops, you know that we are there. For now, we can only say
Stay tuned.
stay connected.
We are
We are the Micanas.